We're getting you the latest visuals of the showdown between agitating farmers and police personnel as they attempt to stop these protesters from making their way into the national capital. Remember that the farmers want to protest in Delhi against the recently passed farm laws. Hundreds of farmers are currently at the Singhu Border, which is the Delhi-Haryana border. The police have fired tear gas shells to stop the agitating farmers. Water cannons were also used, but the farmers, unrelenting, are trying to push forward. Heavy security is in place at the border. Farmers have requested the police to allow them to enter into Delhi. However, the police is not allowing them to enter, citing COVID guidelines and the fact that permission has been denied for this protest. Farmers, however, have made it clear that they're not backing off. It's not just at the Singhu border, which is the Delhi-Haryana border, but in Uttar Pradesh as well. Farmers led by the Bharatiya Kisan Union will hit the roads across the state and begin their march towards Delhi. Farmers leader Rakesh Tikait has announced the blocking of the Delhi-Dehradun highway. Meanwhile, Agra-Mumbai National Highway 3 is still blocked by farmers. This is at the point of the Rajasthan-UP border near Agra.
हम लोग ये कहना चाहते हैं, हम लोग भारत के बशिंदे हैं, ये हमारी राजधानी है,
भारत के बशिंदे, हम भी भारत के बशिंदे,
इसीलिए हम लोग आपसे बात करने आए हैं
और हम भी आपसे बात ही करना चाहते हैं।
ये सर हम लोगों को परेशान मत किया जाए, हम लोग जाएंगे जंतर मंतर पर आराम से बैठेंगे। अगर आप लोग बोलोगे फासला करके बैठे, हम लोग फासला करके बैठेंगे। अगर आप लोग मास्क ला के बोलोगे तो मास्क ला के बैठेंगे। लेकिन अभी आप लोग हमारे साथ झगड़ा मत करो, क्योंकि झगड़ा किसान नहीं कर रहा। हम लोग 50 दिन से पंजाब में बैठे हैं, एक भी ऐसे करके किसी को लाठी नहीं मारा, किसी का नुकसान
हाथ जोड़िए, क्योंकि वो
हम लोग पाँव को हाथ लगा देते, हमें जाने दो।
देखिए सरदार,
So there are attempts of a conversation between the police officials as well as the protesting farmers, but so far it's not yielded any results. Milind Sharma is joining us live from the Singhu border, which is where we're seeing the showdown playing out. Milind, at this point, we've seen tear gas shells being used, water cannons being used, but the farmers clearly refusing to back off.
Well, I'm talking to the farming contingent here, and I have spoken to a few who have said that they will wait here. They will not move from here because there are a lot of people who are gathering from that side. And the conversation that they have had with the police has asked them to wait at this point at the Singhu border. The police is asking them for more time, but the farmers have gathered. They are saying that they will not move. They will sit. At least a half an hour time has been given. And between that, they are trying to mediate. However, unrelenting, the farmers will not move from here. They have said, हम यहाँ से नहीं जाएंगे, यहाँ पर बैठेंगे, because they have 2 months of wares with them. They have food, they have rations and everything, but the police at the other side of the border not allowing them to cross at this point. So mediation is stalled at this point, and the farming contingent over here is just stationed for the time being.
But Milind, there are a lot of questions about whether the authorities in Delhi will change their mind, because the farmers time and again are stating that this is going to be a peaceful demonstration that they want to do in Delhi. Is there any chance of that really happening?
Well, the major issue that the police has mentioned that they have been stopped is because of the Pandemic Act. The police says since the Pandemic Act is still, operative, you cannot gather in such large numbers. But the farmers have argued that there were elections held in Bihar, there were rallies held by ministers of the state of Haryana as well. So at that point of time, why didn't the government think of the Pandemic Act, and that they are just forcing the farmers because they don't want to listen to their demands on the 3 farm bills, and that is why they are now gathered with their tractors and trolleys, and they are waiting on one side of the border, stating that they want to go to Delhi, they want to go to Jantar Mantar and peacefully protest there. They will not be creating any chaos, they will not be resorting to arson or violence. They just simply want to go to the national capital so that their demands are heard by the central government on the 3 farm bills that they are protesting against. Back to you.
Milind, just give us a sense of the kind of deployment you see around you. Milind, can you hear me? Looks like we've lost that connection with Milind. We'll reconnect with her. She's getting us the latest updates from the Singhu border. Right now, it looks like the farmers also are having a conversation trying to figure out what exactly to do, because the police have made it very clear they're not going to allow them to move forward. They're not going to allow them to enter into the national capital. The farmers too are not backing off. They're standing there close to the border. Let's get you this ground report from Ashok Singhal now.
वाटर कैनिंग करने की भी तैयारी, अगर किसान नहीं माने, अगर भारी तादाद में यहाँ पे आते हैं, पुलिस पूरी तरीके से तैयार है। अर्धसैनिक बलों की टुकड़ियां यहाँ तैनात की गई है। पुलिस का कहना है कि आप दिल्ली नहीं जा पाएंगे। कोरोना महामारी के चलते बार बार वार्निंग किसानों को दी जा रही है, लेकिन किसान और पुलिस अभी आमने सामने है। थोड़ी देर में जो किसान दिल्ली और पंजाब से चले हैं वो भी यहाँ सिंधु बॉर्डर पर पहुंचेंगे।
Our reporters getting you the latest from the ground. It's clear at this point that the farmers are not going to budge. They are trying to push towards Delhi. And the police also did try to reach out to these protesting farmers, trying to tell them there was no permission granted for their demonstration in the national capital. Here's an excerpt of the conversation between the protesting farmers representative and the police.
अजी भैया, मैं भी किसान का ही बेटा हूँ। मैं भी किसान का ही बेटा हूँ। हमने भी खेती करी है, लावनी करी है, तो मैं इसीलिए मैंने भी लावनी करी है। आप क्या कहते हो? मैंने भी भैंस चराई है। किसान के परिवार से हूँ। आप जाइए। अगर ऐसा है, मैं आपके परिवार से हूँ, मैं वहाँ पर भी चला जाऊंगा, अकेला आ जाऊंगा। लेकिन आप पहले वहाँ जाइए आप। अगर आपको मेरी बात सही लगती है तो पहले जाइए। अगर आप किसान के बेटे हो तो मैं भी किसान का बेटा हूँ। आप जाइए पहले।
So the police official there who is talking to the farmers, telling them to move back, citing COVID protocols to say that permission has not been given for this particular demonstration in the national capital. Remember that yesterday we witnessed similar scenes where things did get violent as the farmers made their way through, pushed through from the Punjab-Haryana border. Satyendra Chauhan is getting us the latest from Panipat, cutting across to his report.
दूसरी तरफ ये देखिए, पुलिस प्रशासन का अमला पूरी तरीके से यहाँ पर मुस्तैद है, मौजूद है, और ये पहली जगह नहीं है। इस तरह की जगह पूरे सोनीपत में, कुरुक्षेत्र में, पानीपत में, करनाल में लगातार हम दिखा रहे हैं। और यहाँ पर ये देखिए, पुलिस बर्फ पूरा तैयार है, ड्रोन ऊपर है, रैपिड एक्शन फोर्स है, इनके वज्र वाहन हैं, टीयर गैस छोड़ने के लिए, वाटर कैनन के लिए यहाँ पर तैयारियां की गई हैं। ये ड्रोन आप देख सकते हैं, इस ड्रोन से चारों तरफ नजर रखी जा रही है। लेकिन बावजूद इसके ये जो इंतजामात हैं ये धरे के धरे रह जाते हैं जब किसान आ रहे हैं। और इससे पहले जो बैरिकेडिंग हमने दिखाई कि सुबह किस तरीके से वाटर कैनन का इस्तेमाल पानीपत सोनीपत बॉर्डर पे हुआ था, और यहाँ पर ये किसान अब पहुंच गए हैं और ये बहुत ही भारी बैरिकेडिंग यहाँ पर की गई है। सीमेंट के बड़े बड़े पिलर्स को यहाँ पर रखा गया है। लेकिन कल भी हमने देखा और आज भी ये किसान खुद अपने हाथों से, अपने ट्रैक्टरों से रास्ता खोल रहे हैं, आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। जिद वही है कि दिल्ली जाना है। अब ये देखिए, पुलिस ने तैयारी कर ली है। ये वाटर कैनन का इस्तेमाल होगा यहाँ पर। ये देखिए, यहाँ पर पानी वाटर कैनन का इस्तेमाल करने के लिए टीयर गैस व्हीकल को यहाँ पर लाया गया है। और लेकिन किसान फिर भी हट नहीं रहे हैं। उन्हें पता है कि क्या होना है। और ये तस्वीरें हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं कि जैसे ही किसान अब दिल्ली बॉर्डर के करीब पहुंचे हैं, उनके ऊपर पुलिस ने एक्शन करने की तैयारी कर ली है। और वो हाथ उठाकर कह रहे हैं कि हम यहाँ पर आना चाहते हैं। और ये देखिए, ये नेशनल हाईवे है और इस हाईवे पर जेसीबी लगाकर जगह जगह से हाईवे को खोदा गया है। बड़े बड़े पिलर्स रखे गए हैं, बैरिकेडिंग की गई है, ड्रोन से नजर रखी जा रही है। लेकिन बावजूद इसके ये किसान लगातार आगे बढ़ रहे हैं और इनकी जिद है कि ये दिल्ली जाकर रहेंगे। हालांकि जिस तरह ये देखिए, वो बैरिकेडिंग, ये काम यहाँ पर शुरू हो गया है। ये तस्वीरें देखिए, जो बैरिकेडिंग थी उस बैरिकेडिंग को हम आपको बता रहे थे नेहा कि ये किस तरीके से।
Satyendra getting us the latest updates. He's heading to the Singhu border. So this gives you a sense of what really the situation is like close to the border area as well. Remember that most of these roads are also completely shut down. The border has been sealed at this point between Delhi and Haryana. The farmers are also attempting to reach Delhi from other points across Uttar Pradesh. We're hearing that we will be seeing farmers gathering in large numbers and trying to push through into the national capital. Milind Sharma is back with us, joining us live from the Singhu border. Milind, just give us a sense of the kind of deployment on the ground right now. We are seeing that the agitating farmers have moved back a little, but they seem to be in discussions. At this point, the message from them is that they're not going to back off. They're going to try to push through to Delhi.
Well, Akshita, I'm standing in between the farmers' contingent here right now. You can see that they have temporarily halted their tractors. So in front of you, there are about 5 to 6 tractors that they have parked over here. And they are peacefully waiting because the police had asked them to stop wherever they were. At this end of the road, you will see that the police has erected barricades. And that line is the defense for the police personnel. They have asked the farmers to wait here for about half an hour. But we've spoken to farm leaders and they have said that they will peacefully sit here until and unless the police lets them pass through. And right now also I'm showing you visuals of all these farmers who have requested a sit-in here to the other farmers as well until and unless the police comes back with an answer. But they are saying that they want to go to Jantar Mantar and they will not stop here at the border and that they be allowed to cross over to that side where the police is waiting for them with their anti-riot gears and the tear gas shelling that happened just an hour ago to stop this crowd of farmers. But the farmers say that they do not want to cause any violence. They are here for peace. Ji, bataiye, aap kitni der ruke?
We are Punjabi farmer. We are dedicated people. We never stop everywhere. We will go. Our destination is clear. We will derail all the problems.
Police has asked you to wait here. Will you wait here for a long time?
Yes. Very nice. पिछले जो हमने वो सारे बैरिकेड तोड़ के आए हैं, उन
तो यहाँ से आगे जाएंगे आप पुलिस अगर
जाएंगे. We will go further. We will attack. We will win.
पुलिस का कहना है कि आप कानून हाथ में ना लें, आप पीसफुली प्रोटेस्ट करें. क्या कहना है आपका?
Police always says these things. We are not handling the कानून. We are going to fulfill our demands. Our demands are very, very clear. Government is propagating दूसरे घराने जो हैं, कारपोरेट घरानों को उत्साहित करना चाहती है. लेकिन हमारी डिमांड्स जो है बिल्कुल क्लियर हैं, साफ सुथरी हैं. हम उनके आगे झुकेंगे नहीं. सरकार जो है अंबानी अडानी को प्रफुल्लित करना चाहती है, उनसे पैसे लिए हैं. कितने लोग पैसे लेकर हिंदुस्तान से कर्जा दे दिया सरकार ने, उनको भगा दिया. हम जो तो पंजाब के लोग हैं, बड़े क्लीन हार्टेड लोग हैं. दे आर वेरी क्लीन हार्टेड पीपल. दे ऑलवेज struggle.
Well, Akshita, this seems to be their demand, that they will peacefully sit here until and unless the police lets them cross over to the border. They want to go to Jantar Mantar, as they said, because they are protesting against the 3 farm bills. But we'll have to wait and see if the police is relenting enough to let them pass through the Singhu border right now. Back to you.
Looks unlikely, at least going by the conversation also that we heard, Milind, between the police officials and the protesting farmers. The police making it very clear that COVID protocol, COVID guidelines are in place. Any chance really of officials relenting and assigning a particular site for this agitation to ensure that it goes across peacefully and this kind of a situation that we're seeing right now, the Singhu border and many other areas, does not escalate?
Well, definitely you can hear the sloganeering behind me because they do want to cross over to the border, although it is unlikely that they be given a designated place today itself. They have crossed many borders and they have reached here, many of them on way from Sonipat and Panipat as well. And their demand is that they want to be heard by the central government. Remember that the farmers have been protesting in Punjab for over 50 days. And yet they say that the government has been unrelenting to their demands, which is why they want to now step forward and move to Delhi, move to Jantar Mantar, so that their demands can be heard. But for now, this contingent of farmers peacefully standing here, raising slogans and waiting for a word from the Haryana police to let them cross over to the border, and that seems unlikely right now, but we'll have to wait and see if at all they are allowed to cross in a smaller contingent to go to Jantar Mantar or not.
Okay, Milind, request you to stay on with us. We're going to continue getting you the latest visuals from the Singhu border, where at this point the farmers are waiting as instructed by police officials. Remains to be seen if permission will be given for them to peacefully demonstrate in Delhi, or whether we're going to be seeing another showdown at the Delhi border. So we're slipping into a short break. We'll be right back with the latest.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.